All right, gentlemen, this is a fill and bleed on a Pop PRG 540. Got our tool man here, Fred Foley. He's going to be doing the narrating. We've got the MP4V and the vise inverted. We're going to start. This is the easiest way to fill the oil and most effective without getting filthy. It'll also give you an opportunity to put some grease inside that canister and lube it up real good. Make sure everything stays in good moving order right there. Fred, if you want to take over from here.
Yeah, just to take a look at some of the tools that we'll be using for this. If you don't have a spanner wrench, this is a 2 1/4 spanner wrench that I'll use.
And that's designed to fit these two holes right here at the very top of the canister.
If you don't have one, this is a strap wrench similar to like an oil filter wrench. You can put it on there since the whole intensifier chamber comes off. But we won't be using this one, but I did want to show it to you. I do have the 2 1/4 spanner wrench. We're going to take it over here. It'll fit right in the two holes. Once you get it loose, you should be able to just take it off by hand. Alright, and this one's pretty clean, but what I usually do is wipe out any moisture, old grease, whatever out of there. And we're going to go ahead and put some weightlifting grease on it right now.
One thing you'll want to check for on this is to make sure there's no dings on the inside of this canister. If there is a ding, it'll inhibit that air piston right here from moving up and down inside the chamber and won't give you a complete stroke. But you see you've got lithium grease in there.
While you're up in here, just take a look at the air piston. It'll pop right off. Just check the gasket on there. This one looks really good. Just a little dirty, so we're going to wipe it off. And that's going to travel on that new grease that we put on the chamber. Set that on the side. Now, if you look down into the handle, there's a plug right here, and it's an 8/32 thread pitch, so you can use just a 8/32 long bolt. I do have a special tool that I'm going to place in there. What we're going to do is just screw it right into the little plug.
Again, that tool's not needed. All you need is an 8/32 long bolt, and you should be able to pull it out.
So there it is. I'll take it off here to show you. I usually just leave it right on, but I just wanted to show you that's just a plug.
Here in the handles where all your oil is held during the whole riveting process, and of course that air piston pushes it up into the handle and operates the tool.
We're going to take this tool and just we're going to dump it right in the trash can. Kind of take a look and see if it's clean or not. And it's not. That's
pretty dirty.
Yeah, the oil that goes in here is a clearish yellow when it's clean, and this one's kind of brown, gray, black. Probably been a long time since this one's been changed. So instead of just filling it up, we're going to get out as much oil as we can. And there's still going to be some of the dirty oil in there. You can't get it all out, but that's all right. But we'll put it back in the vise. We sell these as well. It makes it a little bit easier to get the oil inside without making a mess. We're just going to squeeze it right in there. We'll put as much as we can. Just leave a little area towards the top. We're going to take our piston, place it back on here. Oop. Please. One thing I didn't do when I'm talking, that's why it squirted.
Oh, you didn't put the
plug back in. Yeah. Set that back in. That's why it squirted us. Okay, there we go. Now we put the piston back in. Okay, we're going to work it just as if we were cycling with air, but our hands are doing the job as the air would.
That's just forcing all the fluid down into that head, and you should have some more capacity to fill it back up after you do that.
Yeah, it's going to bring any air up
to the top as well. Yeah.
So we're going to pull that plug back out. And of course, we can add some more oil now. Now, if we overfill it, that's fine, because we're going to bleed some off when we're done. But you don't want to underfill it because you'll be taking it back apart to add more. Okay, I can already tell that's pretty full right there. A lot of resistance. Just trying to get it all lined up here. All right. Now, since we already lubed up the chamber, we're just going to slide it over. Okay, it doesn't have to be super tight, just a little snug. Now we're going to connect it to air. Turn on the air valve. We're going to cycle it a few times. Okay, right now there's no MCS, and what that's telling me, that's the suction, that's telling me we did overfill it. So we're just going to crack this bleed screw. And we're going to look for air coming out and drain off some of the oil. And we'll probably hear the tool start to make a suction noise when we drain off enough. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put a rivet in the front. And you know, I'm not able to push it all the way in because the piston's back a little bit because we put too much oil in. But again, that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. We know we didn't underfill it. So I'm going to continue to drain off oil. And the piston should be going forward as this oil is coming out. It'll open up the MCS.
And open up the jaws to accept that rivet.
Right. I can already hear it comes here.
Here comes the MCS.
You hear the air coming. Still not enough yet though, because the rivet's not able to go in. Alright, might have to drain a little bit more, but for now I'm going to cap it and cycle the tool. And the rivet's still not going in, so we're going to drain off just a little bit more.
The battery's about to die.
Yeah, we're still draining off quite a bit of fluid here. Now you don't want to pull the trigger when this bleed screw's open. There it goes. It's draining now. It's still a little messy, but I think it's a lot easier than the syringe technique. There it goes.
There it went.
So we capped this off right away. And we know we got all the air out. And then...
We're good to go?
Yep, let me pull one more just to make sure. Usually pull a couple. But that's it, they're going back in. MCS is working, this tool works great. We'll just wipe off the oil and it'll be done.
Good deal. Thank you, Foley.
Okay.